Well, happy spring in the Northwest day, everyone. I know I love this time of year and I love when the light increases. And, last weekend it was this opportunity to sort of be out in the yard talking to neighbors down at our local quarter deck on the water. We were all gathering together. And it's just that beautiful time when the weather is more conducive to community. We all know up here, though, that we probably have at least 2 more months of sort of inconsistency, and there will be days where there's probably rain and we'll be indoors a lot again, and it'll feel like separation. And sometimes that causes, I know in myself, some frustration. I'm patient for that ability to get out, gather together again. And in yoga, there is this philosophy that explains and describes how it is that we as humans have that perception that we're separate when we aren't able to be out in community physically. They're called the malas, and means like stain or impurity or dust. And the idea is that in the Kashmir Shaivism philosophy, which is a tantric strain, we are all connected and we are all part of the pure consciousness that is everything. And so that perception, when we aren't physically able to gather and be out in the light, that perception is caused by these dusty lenses that we're seeing through that cause us to feel sometimes like we're small and insignificant, like we're absolutely separate and disconnected from people, and also like we don't have agency or the ability to truly get what we want or accomplish or do or be what we want to be in the world. And those malas they're just part of the fabric of being a human being. They're part of that perception as the one that is part of the whole. So there's nothing wrong and there's nothing to fight, but being aware that that's how we are programmed and shining light on those perceptions, those habits in limited ways of feeling and thinking. Says reconnect to that understanding that we are always part of that unity, that union. That is what yoga is designed to help us experience. So we'll practice today to play around with shining some light on those limited belief systems and really being able to feel connected and able to do what we want in the world, even over the next couple of months when the weather may not be so conducive to us experiencing it in person. The mudra that I'd love to share to really get this energy going of shining the light is Agni Mudra. Agni means fire or light. Today we're going to use its interpretation as light. So please take your right thumb, that finger that really symbolizes fire, and bring it to the base of your left palm. And then bring that to your second chakra. So right at your tummy, belly button area. Please close your eyes to the degree of your comfort so that you can go in. Push your awareness to the breath. Sai breath is the act of inhaling and exhaling through your nose. As you inhale, creating slight constriction at the back of your throat that causes a whole oceanic sound. As you exhale, you can pretend you're trying to create a fog over a mirror, but don't open your mouth. The same pattern of blowing out with your throat, just keeping the mouth closed. lighting. Glorious energy. It reminds us instead fire, light on our thoughts and feelings. When you're caught up in that separate, in that small, in that feeling like you can't actually have more. Shining the light helps see and clear any fog on that mirror. So we can see our true essence more clearly. We would like to share one that beautiful silver that is the connection between us all. Please inhale deeply through your nose. And fully through Please continue to bring your awareness to your breath throughout class and let it be your guide to be that victory over any limiting thoughts that come up during practice. Let it guide you. If the practice is too much, let it help you honor slowing down. And if the practice isn't challenging your breath at all, you may want to add in something extra for yourself in the practice. Please release Agni Mudra if you're holding it. Flutter your eyes open. And please firm feet. I guess it's probably already there. We're going to start seated. A long spine. I'm going to take your arms out in front of you, and we're going to do sort of a flowy cat and cow seated. So inhale to open your chest. Exhale, take your arms out and do a cat. Inhale and exhale, and just let your arms move like the waves of a fire, just organic. And you can even play with the breath here. Generally, it's easier to exhale as you round the spine and cat, and inhale as you open the heart. But play around with it and just be organic as you open your spine. Essential spinal movement, flexion, cat, extension. Come through a neutral spine. Take the arms up to the side, and with your hip bones grounded on the earth, move laterally from side to side, opening up the side body. And then you can add a little more movement and that flow like light beams as you move side to side, and play with your breath as well. Making any organic moves, honoring the way your body is open here in the class. And then come back through center. Let your hands ground. Take your left leg out long. Use your hand to physically, internally rotate that thigh. Activate the pinky toe side of the other foot. Press it into the mat with that foot flex that protects your feet. With your hands behind you, find a long spine. Open your. And then inhale the left arm high and crescent over. That arm inside of the extended leg, the top arm out long over by the bicep. Janu Shirshasana helps us really create space and open up that side body to let a little light in to the intercostal muscles. Help us open our rib cage and thoracic spine so we can breathe a little more fully. Next time you inhale, rise up and slowly turn your torso to face that extended leg. Walk your hands out, really pressing through the heel or the bottom of the heel out, and your sits bone in the other direction to open up the whole posterior chain of that left leg. You can keep your spine long and reach. You can use a strap or a t-shirt to hold around your foot. You can even take the right hand and reach to the outside of that foot if you want. Take the other fingers and twist a little if that feels okay. Keep the feet flexed and the leg muscles active. And inhale, rise up. Gently pull the left leg in. Connect the feet for a moment in Baddha Konasana. Butterfly. Press the soles of the feet together. Open the hips back and wide. Your heart open, collarbones wide. And then inhale to take the second side, that right leg out. The left foot is flexed with the pinky toe side really connecting to the mat and protecting your knee. Long spine, big inhale. Take the right arm up and crescent over. Second side opening. There's nothing wrong with those feelings that we all have sometimes of being disconnected, alone, small, unable to get what we want. Inhale, rise up. Turn your torso to face your extended leg and walk out. Take any variation you took on the front side, holding the foot or outer edge and creating the those feelings are kind of the fabric. Resistance to them or fighting them or trying to fix them actually just gets you deeper into them. Inhale, rise up. Take that right leg in, one or two more breaths maybe in Baddha Konasana, opening the heart and the hips. But shining light, bringing our awareness to those feelings and just honoring that that's what's up for us right now. That can help us start to feel connected, to feel our actual power, to feel our ability to really go for what we want. Can wipe the dust or the fog off of our true perception. All right, to release Baddha Konasana, bring your hands down, come into table, toes tucked. Take a few rounds of cat and cow. That spinal extension and flexion you're so used to. You can add in any movements here that your spine may want after our seated version. You go side to side or do figure eight. And again, let your breath guide you and be just aware of how it feels as you play with it in each posture. Next time you come through a neutral spine, take your right leg out, roll it internally, flex the foot, and then simply exhale to bring it behind the other leg. Keep both toes tucked, walk your hands back so they're really under your shoulders, and do a few hip circles. Go in one direction for 4 or 5 circles and just feel where this opens up. And then go the other direction. Find your Ujjayi breath. The next time you circle and feel about even, Bring that right leg back out and long, kickstand the left foot behind you, step the right sole on the floor and open up to a side plank with your right arm in the air. Really grasp the mat with your right sole of your foot. And if you want, take the bicep by the ear. You can even look up, twist open in this half Baskasana form, opening the whole length of our side body. Exhale to bring the right hand down, right knee in. Tuck your toes, take a few rounds of cat and cow. Really rinse it out. Inhaling in cow, heart forward, sits bones back. And exhaling in cat, really pulling your navel towards your spine. Come back to neutral for the second side. And extend the left leg out with that internal rotation in the foot flexed. Next time you exhale, bring it behind the other knee. Keep the toes flexed. You go for the little hip circles. You can walk your wrists back under your shoulders if they're a little bit in front. The second way, reverse your hip circles. And when you've evened it out, extend the left leg long again. Kickstand the right one, step the left foot back and come into that half Baskasana that's really opening your heart. Wiping the dust off to be open to that true connection. Really take that left bicep by the ear if it feels good. The whole side body, maybe even bringing those bottom right ribs up in a little twist to see the light. Exhale, bring the left hand down, left knee into table, and rinse it out again. Big inhale and cat. Ow, excuse me. And a big exhale and cat. Next time you come through center, let's get set up for our first downward facing dog. So align your wrist creases with the short edge of the mat. Spread your fingers wide, spread your toes wide. And as you exhale, press your hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Feel free to pedal it out here. Maybe your first down dog of the day. Really grip the mat with your fingers. Pull your biceps until pull your forearms in toward each other. Roll your armpits in towards your heart and let your spine extend from the back of your head all the way through your sits bones, through your hands. Inhale, roll forward to plank pose. Wrap all the muscles around the bones to just activate them. Feel the body turn on. Feel that power, that ability that we all have. And exhale, walk your hips up and back to down dog. Take one round of breath here. And then the next time you inhale, simply walk your hands back towards your feet. You come to the back of your mat, inhale to halfway lift, pull your shoulders away from your neck, your ears. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Take your left wrist and crescent over to the right. Bend your knees to protect your lower spine. And play here. Maybe look up or look down and just feel how it opens different parts of the side body or the back. Press into your feet. Inhale, rise up, reach up, and exhale to the second side. Sometimes it feels like we go backwards when we have these feelings of insecurity, of aloneness, of separation. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring Agni Mudra to your second chakra. Right thumb high, rest in your left palm, right at your navel. The creative energy chakra. And we're shining that light of awareness on our being when we have those thoughts and feelings. And then we simply go back to what we really want to do, what our heart desires. So inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold down. Forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, walk your hands back to that strong plank. Feel the power of your muscles as you tip your hips down towards your heels, like a interior tilt of the pelvis. Inhale, shift forward on your toes. Exhale, lower down chaturanga. Keep the elbows by the side. Feel free to drop your knees to the mat. Untuck the toes, internally rotate your feet. Pull back with your hands for either a low cobra, press your toenails into the mat, or come up to a more high cobra. But either way, pull your heart forward. Rest your chin back by pulling the sides of your ears back. Exhale, calm down. Take your fingertips out to the side, little for gecko pose. So again, internally rotate those legs, keep the muscles on fire, and inhale, rise up. Exhale, dip your right shoulder, look over your left. Inhale back through center. Exhale, dip the left shoulder, look over the right. Come back to center. And let's do one more each side. Honor your breath pattern. Let it lead the way and see if you can find that victorious Ujjayi breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. When you come back to center, exhale down, heart to the mat, hands by your side, tuck your toes, press up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your toes, keep looking back. Exhale, bend your knees, now look forward to where you're going. And either hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands high overhead. Exhale, hands down. Do a couple of rounds of Surya Namaskar A. Surya is the sun, that brightest light shines on all of us, especially this time of year. So inhale your hands up high. Exhale, fold all the way down. The long spine is more important than straight back. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders back. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga, elbows by the side. Untuck the toes, low, high cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, high on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands high overhead. Exhale, hands. Second side or second round, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale to halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands down. You can hop or step back to plank. Part of that exhale, still lower down, chaturanga. Let's do a low cobra. Take your hands off the mat. Exhale down, tuck the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, high on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, hop or step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, pull deeper from half. Inhale, hands over. Exhale, hands. Take a moment here to find Ujjayi breath. And let your breath guide you to know whether to slow down, stay the course, or maybe even do a little extra if your body warrants it. Your hands up. Exhale, fold all the way down again. Halfway lift, strengthens those back muscles. And hopper step back to plank. Wrap all the muscles around the bone. Feel how powerful your body is. And then press your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to bend the knees, hips up and back, down. Again, inhale to walk your hands back, the back of the mat. We come to these feelings a lot. Inhale, half second. Exhale. Inhale, hands high overhead here. And that sort of bad perception, that misperception. This same time, take the right wrist in your left hand. Take your right foot behind your left. Push the crescent to the left. So it's a side bend with the left foot out behind. Sorry, the right foot is behind and you're on the pinky toe edge of that foot as you crescent the left. Inhale, reach up, root down through your feet, and exhale to the second side. So now the left foot is behind the right. You're on the pinky toe side. You have that left wrist in your crescenting over to the right. Press through that foot. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, Agni Mudra at your third chakra, right at your sternum base where your ribs connect. This is our chakra that helps us understand what we are capable of. And we bring the light of awareness, those times when we feel like we just can't get what we want, we can't do or be all that we want. That light helps us understand it's just a limited way of seeing ourselves. And we move forward again. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lock the hands out to that powerful plank. Exhale, take your hips up and back, downward facing. Inhale, high on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, hop or step to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and this time, when you inhale, take your right leg as high as you can for standing fold. Internally rotate that upper leg. Doesn't matter how high the leg can get. Now you can hold the bottom if you want, or with both hands to challenge your balance. Keep that leg up high. And then next time you exhale, just bring it down behind the leg. You can have your hands on blocks. And inhale, halfway lift, fingers on the blocks, the mat, or at your shins. Exhale, fold. You can micro bend your knees here. Inhale, halfway lift. What's opening in your body? Exhale. Inhale one more time. And a final fold. And then inhale, take that right leg to warrior three. Just your body. Internally rotate it. The second toe goes toward the earth. Bend the left knee and step back with your right. Bring the right knee down and inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Take your right wrist crescent to the left. Inhale, reach up. Take your left wrist crescent to the right. Inhale, reach up. Pull the front heel towards the back knees. If you're having trouble with balance, your navel towards your spine. And everyone bring that light of your breath to the back side of your body. Reach up high. And then exhale, bring the hands down, frame the left foot. And take the hips back for half Ardha. Your heart can stay high with wide collarbones. Pull back on your heel if you want to deepen the stretch of that left foot. You can also keep the foot pointed. Is working for your body. And let Ujjayi breath help inform you where your body might need a little more. You may need to back off. All right, inhale, come forward. Feel free to leave that knee down or bring the right knee off the earth. Ground the right hand. Use the left hand to wipe the dust off of your heart as you twist open, revealing that true, pure consciousness that connects us all. Exhale, bring that left hand down and step the left foot back, another downward facing dog. Let your inhale bring your toes and your heels up high. Exhale, bend your knees, look where you're going and hop or step to the tip of your knee. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now bring your left leg up for standing splits. Keep it internally rotated. Keep your spine long. And then exhale, bring the left foot down behind the right. With your hands on the mat, or fingertips on the mat or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift, open up. Through your chain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Long spine, shoulders away from the earth. And fold. One more time. Inhale. Exhale for a deep fold. And then as you inhale, bring the left leg up and back. Warrior 3. Internally rotate the leg, flex out. Bend the standing leg and step the left foot back. Bring the left knee down. Inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Take your left wrist crescent to the right. Right on those ribs, muscles. Inhale, reach up high, ground through your hips. Exhale, crescent to the left. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, pull first your front heel towards the back. Feel those hips anchor and reach up even longer out of your spine. And then exhale, fold the hands forward, shift the hips back. Open up the right hamstring. The hamstrings are similar to those feelings. They frequently go back to being stretching. This practice, opening them up. Let's go through these beautiful poses, bring awareness. And in that, as we open them up, get more freedom. Inhale, come forward. Feel free to leave the left knee down or bring it up. With the left hand grounded on the mat, use that right hand to wipe the dust, the fog, any stains that are obscuring our perception as we twist and reveal that true inner radiance we all have. Connects us all. Exhale. Take your hand down. Step the foot back. Downward. Next, inhale. We're doing that walk backwards with our hands. So take the hands all the way to the back of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands high overhead. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Press both hands in. Roll your shoulder blades back. We're going to challenge our balance a little bit. Put all the weight in your left foot. Spread your toes wide, micro bend that left knee. Find something to stare at that's not moving. The drishti is what that's called, your focal point. And then inhale, take your arms up overhead, bring your right knee up, flex the foot. Exhale, bring the hands back to the heart, bring that right ankle over the left knee. Sit back in a figure 4. Hip opener. Gaze forward. Flex that right foot to protect the knee. And then exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Should still be back at this end of your mat. Keep that right foot flexed. And then walk your hands forward. You're in a really funky position, but come to a plank with that figure 4 leg. Press the ankle against that thigh. Now bring the knees down. So now your right toes and your right knee are on the mat and the left knee is. It's a really funky position. Walk your hands back just a smidge and take a big inhale. Cow spine. Exhale. Inhale to a neutral spine, and then pull your navel towards your spine, press your toes and your knees in, walk your hands back and rise up in here, twisty position. Inhale, take your arms up high. Take your right wrist to the left. Inhale, reach up, crescent to the right. Take your arms back up and overhead. And exhale, bring Agni fire to your heart. The right thumb resting on the left palm at your heart. Sometimes we get ourselves in some pretty twisty ways of thinking that just don't really make sense. So we bring the light of awareness. We let them go and we realize our true connection. Release the hands down to the mat. Walk the hands forward and then with the back knee, step the right foot back to downward. Feel free to take a vinyasa, meaning roll forward and it's maybe up dog. And then press the hips up and back or take child's pose for 1 or 2 breaths. And take a little water. When you're ready, please meet in downward facing dog. The second side. Figure 4 shenanigans. All right. Exhale, lift. Inhale, roll forward. Inhale, press your hips up and down. Inhale, walk the hands to the back of the mat. Doesn't matter how often we do this. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands high overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Press them together to really center yourself. Bring yourself in to really discover that center place that is the seat of all awareness. Place all of the weight into the other foot, which I believe is your right foot. Find your drishti or your navel towards your spine. Inhale the left leg up, arms up. Exhale, sit back in that figure 4. Hands pressed together at the heart, helping create balance. And then fold as you exhale. Still in this figure 4 if it works for your body. Walk your hands all the way to that powerful plank, but with the left ankle pressing to the top of that thigh. Got to bring the toes down, the knee down, both knees down. Walk your hands back a little and inhale for that cow spine and this Figure 4 leg configuration. Exhale. And then when you come through the neutral spine, walk your hands back, press into the toes, the knee, and come up. Really pull all the body toward the midline. It's really hard right now to tell what is where, so just pull towards the midline. And now your arms up, take your left wrist, press them to the right. Inhale, root down, reach up. Exhale to the left, crescent the second side. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bring that light of awareness back to your second chakra. There's not a problem with the fabric of our being or the way we perceive ourselves. We just bring the light of awareness and that understanding that we are connected at all times to work through the energies that don't serve us, the limited belief systems. Release the mudra. Bring your hands down, walk forward. Lift the back right knee, step the left leg out. Just one breath in downward facing dog. And then inhale, roll to a well-deserved child's pose. Knees wide, toes tucked, hips back. Round that third eye. That knowingness, that intuitive knowingness of your forehead onto the mat. Practice victorious Ujjayi breath. Do you recognize any limited beliefs or ways of thinking in yourself that bringing awareness and an understanding of the connection of it all would truly serve you and help you feel more free? Time you inhale, please walk your hands back towards your left. Simply slide your legs out in front of you in any way that feels good to come to a seat. Take your left leg and bend it at the knee 90 degrees. So the knee and the ankle are 90 degrees in front of your body. Take your right leg on top. See if you can align the outer ankle with the top of the other knee, and then the knee on top of the other ankle. Agni Stambhasana, this is fire long pose. If this isn't working for your body, you can do Janu Shirsasana that we did before. You can do a figure 4 on the mat, your back. Legs over each other. You can bring your hands behind you. Open your hands forward. It feels like your body with a little deepening. You folded forward, walk your arms back. Guide that top leg down and simply switch sides. So now I believe it's the right knee is on bottom now, but I'm not exactly sure. I was trying to mirror you and I always, yes. So bring the other knee on top, maybe your right knee. Ankle over knee. Find the long spine and then decide if you want to fold in, stay. In the Celtic tradition at this time of year, it's called belting, sort of like May Day. And they extinguish their fires at home on Beltane, and they join a community bonfire, and they all dance and sing and celebrate the return of the light. And at the end, they take a torch and they light from the community fire, and they go home and they reignite their individual fire at home from that community. Release the top leg out, and let's take Upavishta. It's both legs wide, a wide-legged seated forward fold. If this does not work for your body, feel free to take Janu Sirsasana with one leg bent and if it feels okay, physically internally rotate the thigh, push your sit bones in. Internally or flex the feet. The second toe is pointing up toward the sky. You can stay here or walk your hands forward any amount. Press through the bottoms of your heels, press it out, press your hips back, feel the expansion along the posterior chain. You can hold your toes with the two peace fingers, holding the big toe as your heart is toward the earth. Emotions a lot of times ground and live in our hips, and we want to open them up and let them completely be felt. Shine the light of awareness. Wipe off any dust or clear any fog, clean any stain that obscures our understanding of our true connection to pure. Enjoy one more round of breath. And with the next inhale, walk yourself back. Guide your legs in to another butterfly. Toes are hold in your four corners of your and release. Take the legs out long. Make your way to the mat. Feel free to do a little core work if you want. Sit the legs together in a boat pose and lower down slowly. Bring your heart up and release. Come down. Take that moment to feel the connection and that the earth provides, that is always there. Bend your legs, bring the soles of your feet close to your body. Practice your arms, open your a few windshield wipers to wipe the rain on off the windshield. Exhale, knees to the right. Inhale, bring the knees to the center. Exhale, knees to the left. Inhale, knees to the center. One more time to the right. And this time, let the hips, the knees stay to the right. Feel free to take the right outer ankle on the upper left outer thigh to increase side opening. It's deep. Pull the knees and exhale to the steps. Stay here for a few breaths. Going to take bottom left heel on top of the upper right outer. And your body feels about even. Release the top foot if it's up there, and inhale the knees back. Hug the knees in toward the chest. Hold your knees or shins and do little circles side to side, or rock side to side. I mean, you're taking the circles, reverse and go the other direction. And then release the soles of the foot toward the sky for happy baby. Holding outer feet or behind the knees or the outer shins as you gently pull down on the outer side and press with your feet. The spine, the sacrum, that bottom part of the spine, back to extend one or both legs long, side to side. And if there's any final poses that your body, probably take final rest. Ready to release all. Please let your legs come out long. Bring your arms down by your side. Palms up, receptive, palms down is grounded. And take a few moments to let the wisdom of your body integrate all this amazing in Shavasana. movement. Maybe in the arm. Better to legs out even longer. When you're ready, roll to one side, bending your legs, them two out of the back to a kind of long. Light, join your hands together. Parts of our these beautiful understanding be not only a benefit ourselves, but for all beings. Thank you also for the practice